Hi, everybody. Welcome to or back to my channel. My name is Crystal Bay, and today I'm gonna do like a little something different. Just grab like a little snack because I'm finishing up my oatmeal, and I'm gonna do that. And I'm just gonna talk about like some random things that I've been thinking about recently. I saw another creator do this kind of style video where it's kind of like a little FaceTime where we just kind of talk. So I'm gonna try it and let's just talk. Let's just talk about random things. Are you a conspiracy theorist? And like, I think when we talk about conspiracy theorists, like we have to kind of define it a little bit. Do you believe that the government or people or like outside forces are conspiring against you in like to a degree? I'm inclined to believe yes. I do. I mean, as a Black person in this country, I'm inclined to believe that there are people conspiring against me and against my success and against my people's success, as they have historically. But I don't know. I think on a larger scale, when we think about, because I've just gotten into like baking, right? And I like make bread and all of these things at home now. And it only takes four ingredients to make bread, like yeast, water, flour, salt, you know, the bare minimum. But then you go and buy bread at the store and there's like 20 plus ingredients in it. And it's like half of this stuff you can't really pronounce, half of this stuff, you know, has been known to cause like, adverse effects in the human body. So like, are they conspiring against us? I'm inclined to say yes. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know if I can speak too much to that on the YouTubes, but if you want to DM me, we can talk about it. Because yeah, I do think that there is a concerted effort to make the American population sick, and then all of these entities feed each other. Like I just learned on the internet that McDonald's, for example, has something like 100,000 contracts with hospitals or something like that. Like, please, you can't tell me that there's not a conspiracy going on. People say that they like have a really hard time reading the Bible, and I've had people ask me like, you know, I would love to like do a Bible study with you or like blah 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 blah, things like that. And like people just have a really hard time reading the Bible. Um Myself, I am more I'm a writer, so I'm kind of more inclined to language in a certain way that I understand a lot of people aren't. So I realize that my response may be a little biased, but I really would like to know like what throws people off. Is it the language? Is it the style of writing? Is it because there's different translations now too that make it just a little more simplified than I guess like the Geneva text or like the KJV or any of the more ancient writings or what have you. And so even with that, I wonder like what is the hang up with folks? Is it because like the literary devices that are used, this, and this? I would like to know because I do want to start like a Bible study series here on my channel. And so that would be really helpful for me to kind of tailor that to some of my watchers, listeners, so that we can make this a easy um, learning experience, I guess. And I do want to say there's a difference between like reading the Bible and studying the Bible. So we'll talk about that. But yeah, I've been thinking about that recently because a lot of people say that. Next question. How many of us have real skills? Like you look at these movies from the 80s and they were in like wood shop and like, well, let me redefine that question. Not real skills. I don't mean to say that in the sense of like, because there's all different kinds of skill sets, right? But when it comes to like working with our hands and trade work, I feel like that's kind of a lost thing nowadays. And then to my what I was previously saying, you look at these movies from the 80s and they were in like wood shop and they had taught sewing and like home ec and taught, embroidery. And I look at a lot of like English drama, so like Bridgerton, Downton Abbey, stuff like that. And when they go on like the dating circuit or like the marriage mart or what have you, a lot of the things that they say are, oh, she can play the piano forte, she can embroider, she can, you know, I don't know, all of these things. Um, but it seems like we don't really have that many like with our hands kind of skills. Does that make sense? Am I the only one that kind of thinks that way? Because when I was growing up, they had like a little bit of hand sewing. They taught hand sewing a little bit in school, in like my home ec class. And when I hung out with my dad, we would go to Home Depot every Saturday, and there would be like different craft activities for kids. And I lived for that. Okay, I lived for that because my family on my dad's side has like a carpentry history. Like my dad did upholstery, and my grandfather built things with his hands and like made furniture and all that kind of stuff. So that's like a part of my jam as an artist. But I'm just like, I don't know if a lot of people like do those things, or like plumbing, electricity, like mechanics. I don't know. I feel like trade schools have kind of been pushed off to the margins a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. What are y'all thoughts on that? Oh, okay. I've been watching Jaguar Wright's videos about like these celebrities. Like I said, I've been really entrenched in this like celebrity thing recently. So I've been watching like these videos of Jaguar Wright kind of like exposing the dark underbelly of like the Hollywood circles that she's been privy to and like blah blah blah. But after a while, it started to feel really icky, like in my spirit, just watching these videos. Because Homegirl, she can talk and she has a lot to say. And she says it so passionately and like, I mean, obviously, like the stuff that she's seen has been like atrocious, whatever. Um, but after a while, it did start to feel like really icky for me to like consume that content. And I was trying to justify it to myself of like, well, no, like I need to know this. I'm in the industry. I need to, you know, you know who to avoid, like, whatever kind of thing. And like these are people with mass influence over the masses. So like we need to know what they're about, blah, 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 blah. But I think what I came to at the end of the day is that celebrity gossip is still gossip. And I think that's why it felt so icky in my spirit to like take in all of that content, because it's really just listening to somebody gossip um, for minutes and minutes on end. And I don't think that we think about it that way too often, because these people are so far removed from us. But when you boil it down, gossip is really hearing stuff about somebody else that you have nothing to do with, that, is like a juicy or like taboo or, whatever kind of piece of salacious information. Um, and that's what it is. Like, celebrity gossip is still gossip. And I don't think it's something that we should partake in, ultimately, is what I came to. Thoughts? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. And then lastly, I've been watching a lot of Nara Smith videos because, like I said, I'm in my like baking era and like my from scratch journey, I guess. Because the government is conspiring, So I'm kind of like on that journey. Do y'all make food from scratch? Do y'all think it's like a lost art form? Do you think that um, the accessibility of food in the grocery stores and in restaurants and in fast food chains and blah 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 is kind of making us dull or dumb in a way to a lot of these things that were passed down from generation to generation, like a lot of these skills, these tangible skills that I was talking about. Um, I would venture to say yes, um, because anything I've realized recently, anything that you can buy at a fast food place, you can make yourself. Um, I mean, aside from like slaughtering beef in your backyard or something crazy like that. But I don't know. It's just been really interesting. And I found that like making my own stuff at home, it's much fresher. It tastes better to me. Um, and I prefer it. Even though a lot of the time, I mean, it's laborious. It's very laborious. Um, but I don't know. Like, at what cost are we trading ease and convenience for our own health? Interesting. Interesting stuff. Anyway, like I said, after each of these, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts because these are just things that I've been ruminating on and haven't like really discussed at large with the masses. So I would love to hear what y'all have to say because y'all be leaving some good comments. I don't know. Maybe I'll read some of them if y'all like really engage with this video. But anyway, I hope you liked it. I didn't even finish my oatmeal. Child. Anyway, if you like this kind of video, let me know. I can do more because I'm always thinking about something. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the post notification bell so that you are notified anytime I make an upload. And I really appreciate you guys being here and watching my stuff. Go ahead and interact with some of the affiliate links that I have in the description down below. There's like some really good stuff there for y'all. And some of that stuff I get a kickback on. So, you know, that would be really sweet. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.